Good evening and thank you for the invitation. I am very happy to be here and I represent Gambardella Architetti. Gambardella Architetti began in Naples in 1987 and since 2009 works also in Milan. The philosophy of the study is very simple. We're looking for a democratic beauty, an imperfect and inclusive beauty, as the paradox of a plastic surgery or luxury small cars. So, both plastic surgery and luxury small cars make the beautiful free for everyone. And this kind of beauty admits vulgarity. And we are some a bit for vulgarity. We are not snobs. We love the dream. Our idea of democratic beauty is not so exclusive and perfect like in Piero della Francesca or in Leo Battista Alberti. Our aspiration is only to transform the secondary beauty into scratchy architecture, an agility gained from working often in the south of Italy with ridiculously low budget. So our mission is to transform limits in positive values. This, I believe, is the smallest project of this event. In the spite of its size, it is a job that we have loved for several reasons. The request of the client was very simple. A first aid station in the port of Naples, a point for the guests of the cruise ships. They asked to reshape a part of the basement of the old ferry terminal, a solid building. It looks like a bastion built in fascist style. He had a series of geometric caves, 7 meters high. The functional program was very simple. We had to make a point to welcome the public. 3 surgeries, a point for blood tests, a bathroom for the public, the direction space with a private bathroom. The interior space was to have a strong relationship with the outside world, the port and the city. To these questions, we tried to answer by constructing a symbolic space. The first image is a John Haydock famous project made in memory of the student Jan Palach, a small and symbolic work. It was not an exterior and not an interior. Haydock, as usual, had solved the problem with an unconventional form. We loved this suggestion, and from this we have started to think and above all to imagine. We had a paltry budget, about 70,000 euro. Our audience was composed of people on vacation. They were tourists who came to Naples in a state of malaise. We didn't want them to be welcomed into a small and sad hospital. In a place like an emergency room, we wanted this surgery seemed a dream space. We were thinking of a place with a strong form, a thing that recalled to other images. Then we started thinking, Naples, with its bay, is full of caves with eye and trapezoidal shapes, Greek and Roman shapes, when the limit between the sea and the interior space is not clear. You have an incredible sequence of shadow, light, reflections, and other solids, symbolic, and not material elements. So this was inside to the abstract form of the project of John Haydock, the second element where, to think, to realize this work. But also, the Blue Grotto in Capri was another very strong image for our work. The relationship between the gray and the blue is the blue that is not the same blue, is a very strange blue. But we have not limited ourselves only to this. The first image of Naples during the Renaissance was the painting Strozzi, a big table, a big painting that explain the entrance of a fleet in the port of Naples. In this paint, you can see the castle, and you can see also another very important element for our project, the Angevin spears. The Angevin spears was an element decisive for our work. And after, you can see an Hanseatic view of the city of Naples 50 years later, is Laffery map. And in this map, you can see that all the house are in form of house. The only different things are spears. So we have a tall image of the city with some tall buildings. Now I show you the place of the intervention. This is in the port of Naples, in the old station of the port, and is like a bastion on the left in the maritime station and looking towards the city. This is a blow-up of the same image that shows the relationship between the building and the city, and the strange form of the city of Naples in this point. So, these are the first sketch. I want to do a space with a theatrical dimension, where caved and pinnacles are mixed in the dream. I would like to work on geometric stalagmites and walls. Other sketches. The space is very complex. And this is the relation from the outside and the inside in one of the first sketch of the work. This is the plan. So you can see at the center the reception and the waiting room. Into the right, there are 3 doctors' rooms. Oh no, on the left, 3 doctors' rooms. And on the right, there is the office of the direction with bathroom. In the rear part, there is the space for blood analysis and the big bathroom. The sections are very simple, and the image of the verticality of the spears appears in this space. This is an isometric view. And so you can see the relationship between the old and the fascist building. That is like a cave, like a grotto, like a strange natural architecture in geometrical forms. So you can see also the shadows and the reflection from the windows. There are windows very simple, very democratic windows, aluminum windows, very simple, ugly, terrible, based on a very essential construction. And this is also a small point that is the similar point of the Tavola Strozzi. So you can see the city like is now with the castle in the same point of the Tavola Strozzi. And we have not given up a bit of irony. In fact, the Saint flag turns the red cross. This is not the symbol of danger, but the crest of a yacht club. This is the interior space when you can find all the suggestion that was in my projects. And are elements very, very simple. And these are the big piers and also the reception with the rear part for the blood and the public bathroom. If you see, all the walls and the ceiling and the floor are in silver. So you have one only color for these parts and a completely different kind of blue, like a blue grotto in the other part. So you can see also the relationship between this small space and other small spaces. So you have also a sort of a small incision in the wall that explain the natural origin of this building, of this old building that is treated like a grotto. It's not treated like an architecture. The architecture is blue elements. So the entrance from a part of the grotto and the other part are very small, because so you have the sensation of to take a surprise effect, to pass from a small space to another small space. But if you go in this place, it not seems a small space. This is the bathroom, and this is for the medical office studies, the relationship with the entrance, with the reception. This is very important for me, because this is like a theatrical dimension. It's like a scenography. It's like a space that use a more depth for the dimension of the ambient, of the environment. It's totally different, the sensation. And also the lights are not very, very strong lights. I want that the persons who come here have not the sensation of a sad hospital. This is one of medical offices. And I cannot explain this project without showing you just a little of image of my work, because this theory of democratic beauty is only a my theory. And I based all my work on this narrow street that is based not on the plan, not on the section, because I am Neapolitan and I work in very difficult conditions, and my opportunities are very different for an other European or the other part of the world architect. I have to work only on the facade, only on a very narrow street that is not well considered by architect critics and other intellectuals of architecture. But I think that is a street that has no hand. You can work all your life on this street, and you can have an incredible number of suggestions using only the sun or the artificial light. The building is a machine of shadow, una macchina d'ombre. Le Corbusier say that the day was a spectacle. Is the theory that I have used, but using only very terrible elements to build this architecture, very poor, but without snob tone. Now I show you quickly the other works. This is the father of the work that you seen, and is an architecture that is an interior and an exterior at the same time, because it is a work on a Torre Longobarda, on a middle-aged tower in the coast of Amalfi. And this was a work of 100,000 euro that I done with not money, practically not money. And is built with a staircase that takes inside all the building. The building was going down, and I restored this with all these elements. I left only this piece of wood like a tribute to my master, my teacher, Joseph Beuys. And so I work on the second point of view, that is a dramatic view of this impossible staircase that permits to see an incredible view, 200 meters on the coast of Amalfi. This is the port of Amalfi that you can see from this incredible building that is like a rock for me, like a rock, a natural, not an architecture, is a natural presence. This is the interior during the night. The staircase is a solid element that takes the tower in total. And this is another strange work that has a very strong relationship with the order that I show you. This is a villa. This is one of the most common skeleton that lives in my region and in also near Rome. This is a work done in Sperlonga, near Gaeta, near the sea. And this was the first commit, the work when we see this work. And this is the house finished. And the skeleton is totally inside. This is an incredible work. It's a gamed with on the ceramic elements that close the skeleton in its essential and elementary form. We use a democratic beauty because this work is based only on not very elements, but few things. Ceramic skin does all. Ceramic skin is very strong. The windows are very simple, are simple windows, essential windows. This is another project that is a popular housing, not social housing, popular housing. This house costs 500 euros square meter, all comprised. And this was a competition that I won when I was young in 1999, was the famous Europan competition for young architects. And this project was realized 5 or 6 years ago. This is during the night, but I am a theoric of democratic beauty, and I prefer very more this image that is the image of the building like is in this moment with the life, with the colors, as totally less, totally far from is that atmosphere so clear, white, perfect, that you can see in a lot of Iberian architecture. And this is a court of popular buildings that we have realized in Scampia, near Naples, in a place very, very difficult. Is a building of 200 apartments, popular houses, 600 euros square meters. We worked only on the double facade and on the system of shadows that works with the buildings. This is the rear of this very big building. And to finish, this is another building that is important for me because it's also a popular house. And this is the other image, and this is like is now. The interesting thing is that also the tents that inhabitants has put are blue and white, like the building.